have 3D printed lots of different models over these years, but the greatest model is the Flexi-Turtle. You might think it's so simple, there's nothing special about it. And I might be a bit biased since it's one of the first models I have ever printed. It only consists of 4 different parts, but that is what makes it special. It's a great design and it's pretty simple. And the question is, can I design a better model? Well, I will at least give my best shot on making this kind of design in my own style. I have already dabbled a bit on animal design, so I will try to make a Flexi-Bear. But sadly, most of my work is not usable for this project, so I will have to let it go and start over. Well, I don't have to start over completely from scratch. I can use the head and maybe the hands, but that's about it. I think it will still be a monumental task to design a Flexi-Bear. I start my design process in Blender. I first try to make the basic shapes of the bear and then move on to design more complex parts like the shoulder joints and wrist joints. After I'm happy with the design in Blender, it's time to 3D print the parts to see how they work in real life. The wrist joints came out pretty nicely even at my first prints. The head and shoulder joints on the other hand, they were a massive fail. Maybe these bears were in car accidents since they seem borderline paralyzed. Their joints are only barely moving. To make this project work, I need to fix multiple different things in functionality, how the bear looks, and it also should be print-in-place design. So other people can print it easily without any supports. But how do I actually do this? This seems so difficult. I have barely started and I still hate it how this bear looks. And in this case I have to do the extreme solution, which is starting again from the start. Modeling the bear is not simple for me. But since I'm not that good at modeling, I decided to change my approach. I should only try to model the silhouette of the bear. So I first try to model it from the top-down view, so I can think it more like 2D instead of 3D. So simplifying somehow seems to help a bit. Once I'm happy with the body, the joints are still an issue that I need to fix. My main problem seems to be that the joints don't have enough room for movement. It seems like a very simple problem, but I dare you to try to model this. I freaking hate modeling these joints. It took me forever to model them. And after spending forever modeling these things, I should have the perfect models to show you. Well, let's see how it goes. Well, it didn't turn out that great after all. I want the functionality to be perfect, and perfection takes time to master. The basic idea that I have for this model is that I want this bear to be poseable in a couple of different positions. So the joints need to be quite stiff for the poses to work. The joints need fixing and the looks need fixing. So I made few changes in Blender and it was time to print some more bears. This was the 6th bear design, but sadly it was not what I wanted. I'm so close on fixing this design, so natural solution is to print more bears. But I guess the number 7 was not the lucky number. I made the joints so stiff that the neck wouldn't bend at all. This really got me wondering, what is the solution on fixing this design? Apparently printing more bears does not solve the problem, since number 8 was a failure as well. But since I'm a simple man, I like simple solutions, so I kept printing more and more bears. And it slowly improved the models. I even designed a belly for the bear, which could be attached with super glue. I tried to 3D print this bear from 2 parts and use super glue to attach them together. I think it's a pretty solid plan, but there was some print issues, so I think I will try another approach. I tried to go for more advanced design. Instead of super glue, I would use 3D printed links to hold the parts together. Why would I even use super glue when I can over-engineer a solution to link the 2 parts together? It might be a bit over-engineered, but at least it works. I'm pretty happy with this design improvement. However, I feel like some eyes are not happy with my design. I have taken so long to get this far, and when will I even finish this project? I can feel the bears judging me, and I cannot blame them. I'm having really hard time with this model and getting the joints right. It's slowly getting there, but it's taking way too much time, more than I should have spent on this single model. But now I'm really close on getting this model right. So I think maybe the next model will be the one that will be perfect. Even if this project has taken a long time, I can finally start refining the model. When my model was good enough, I could use subdivision surface to modify the rough bear into silky smooth bear. Finally, the functionality is fixed and print in place design is done. And I kind of like both of these designs. The low poly bear with its sharp corners has a pretty charming look, and the smooth bear looks a bit more refined. At this point I have made over 14 bear models, which means over 40 hours of print time. I also tested out different print settings on the adaptive and non-adaptive layers, and the difference is pretty huge. You should mainly use adaptive layers when possible for better quality. Now all that is left is to finish this design, make the final adjustments and make the model be printable in multiple colors. This will make the bear look really good, I promise. It already looks good in Blender, so it's time to 3D print this bear. This final bear still needs to be assembled with super glue, but I'm overall pretty happy with the results. Now that the project is finally starting to see its end, it's time to think about what went wrong and right in this project. Obviously, the impatience once again got better of me. If I had the patience to design the joints a bit more patiently, I wouldn't have to print this many models. But I think part of the problem was also my lack of experience in Blender. This is the second 3D printable model that I have done in Blender, so I would say it's not that bad. It's a real struggle to learn Blender, but I think the modeling is pretty enjoyable once you get the hang of it. I only wish that I was a bit faster at modeling. I bet people will make this kind of models in 5 hours when it took me like 3 weeks to make this. It almost feels like I overcame my limits since I ended up with a pretty cool design. I'm also starting to think maybe I could do even technical designs in Blender. It feels like it's possible, but I probably can't imagine all the problems before I see them. When I started this project, I had a vision of Flexi-Bear, and I think I have done that. I also had a vision that you could pose the bear in a couple of different positions, and you can certainly do that. While it's not completely perfect, I think I still love this. Finally, the models are done. I really like how the model turned out. This Flexi-Turtle was an awesome model on its own. And I think I managed to do a pretty good model that is pretty similar to the Flexi-Turtle. What do you think? How does this compare to the Flexi-Turtle? Was the 3 weeks of work really worth it, or did I just waste my time? Leave a comment below.